Welcome to Study Loop.
All right, so taking a look at this problem, we know that R equals 8.84 meters, and we know that the centripetal acceleration for the device is 12.5 Gs. In part A, the centripetal acceleration is v squared over r. So if we want to figure out v, we multiply by r on both sides and then take the square root. So v is the square root of the centripetal acceleration times the radius. Now when it says 12.5 g, it means 12.5 times g. G is 9.81 meters per second squared. So putting this all into a calculator, square root of centripetal acceleration, which is 12.5 times 9.81, times the radius, which is 8.84. And that gives 32.9 meters per second. Okay, let's look at part B. What's the difference between the acceleration of head and the feet? Well, the acceleration centripetal of the feet is going to be v squared over r, but we know that v is this, but that's linear velocity. We also know that v equals angular velocity times r. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change velocity to angular velocity. Omega is v over r, so let's get that. There's v right there. It's this divided by r, 8.84. So the angular velocity is 3.72 radians per second. Now, if this is the angular velocity, we can use that here, omega squared r, because centripetal acceleration is also omega squared r. So that's going to be omega squared times, well, r, where r, oops, nevertheless, while we're waiting for this, r is the new radius. The new radius is 2 meters less. So that's going to be 8.84 minus 2, which would be 6.84. So that's what I wanted to do. Oh, it didn't work now. Okay, that's going to be 6.84. So omega squared r, I'm going to type omega equals here. I'm not sure it's going to work. Caps lock. No, it doesn't like that. I'm going to call it phi. Okay, so now I actually called phi omega, omega phi. So omega squared times the new r, which is 6.84. That's going to give what's the difference between the acceleration of his head and his feet? Omega squared r is 94. Okay, so I'd like to know how many G's this is. So if I divide this by 9.81, it tells me that it's 9.67 G's. 9.67 G's. So what's the difference? Well, it's 12.5 up here minus 9.67. Back to the calculator. That's 2.83 G's. The change in acceleration was 2.83 G. We multiply that times 9.81, the whole thing. Now we can see that it's 27.7 meters per second squared. Okay, on to part C. How fast is it moving to meet the maximum acceleration? The maximum acceleration is the 12.5. So 12.5 gave us omega of 3.72 radians per second. 2 pi radians is 1 revolution. So I just have to take 3.72. Oh, but we want the answer in per second, so I mean per minute. So we got to convert to minutes as well. 60 seconds in a minute. Okay, so we need that 3.72. There we go. Yep. Okay. I have that as 5 times 60 divided by 2 pi. 35.6 revolutions per minute. Thank you for watching.